Pusha T just transformed his Tiny Desk performance into a lyrical battleground, taking direct shots at JimJones. But Jim isn't one to back down. He's firing right back, calling out Pusha by name and stirring up the rap scene once again. This beef is personal, and things are about to get real messy.
How you feel about the music they've been dropping?
Who?
The clips.
I'd rather not comment on that, you heard? Just know I'm gonna do some freestyle, so every beat they put out, you heard?
That's so big though. That track right there go hard, man.
He got a slick way of talking, bro. I will tell you when it comes to luxury rap and bars and shit like that, like he knows what he's doing with that shit, you heard? You can't take away nobody's skill set, you heard? But he still can't f with me. Meet me in the booth, I want smoke.
Man, hip-hop just got a whole lot spicier. JimJones is back in rare form, clapping back hard at Pusha T after what fans are hailing as one of the coldest, most disrespectful live disses we've seen all year. And yep, it's all going down on none other than Pusha's Tiny Desk performance. Now, the Tiny Desk stage at NPR is usually a chill zone. Artists show up to flex their vocals, drop smooth vibes, and give fans something soulful. But Push had a different plan. He turned that mellow corner into a lyrical battlefield, calm setting, ruthless intent. So here's how it unfolded. During his recent Tiny Desk set, Pusha performed a medley of his biggest tracks, running through classics like If You Know, and Numbers on the Board. But right in the middle of the performance, he let off a bar that completely changed the energy. They are still trying to find relevance in rooms I'm too elite to enter. That one line, smooth but savage, lit the internet on fire. Within minutes, fans were flooding social media, especially Twitter or X, depending on who you ask, with hot takes like, yo, he's throwing shade at Jim again? And honestly, it adds up. If you've been tracking their ongoing feud, you already know there's bad blood between JimJones and Pusha T that goes back a minute. This isn't some fresh drama. It's long simmering tension that's finally boiling over. Let's rewind to the spot. Back in 2023, JimJones appeared on The Breakfast Club and took a very public jab at Pusha T in response to Billboard's list of the top 50 rappers of all time. Jim laughed off the mention saying, Pusha T ain't top 50 or nothing. He's nice, but he ain't moving no culture. That one comment sent shockwaves through the rap community. It wasn't just shade. It was a challenge to Pusha's entire legacy, and Push clearly hasn't forgotten.
Uncle said, you must be sick. All you talk about is just getting rich. Choke my neck and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. There was like a best MC list or something. Evidently, I made the list, and it was just a lot of different opinions on, like, you know, whether I should be on the list, whether I shouldn't be on the list. Me, out of 50 MCs, I was one of the people being questioned, like, should I be on the list? For me, it was just like, it was a thing of like, everybody can have an opinion, but when you talking about an MC list, I would expect for at least the opinion to be followed with like, and I belong on it. My mind state on the record was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Fast forward, and trust, Pusha T never forgot that disrespect. See, Push isn't the kind of artist to jump into the drama with tweets or spontaneous interviews. He's a strategist, the type to play chess while others play checkers. He waits patiently, calculates every move, and when it's time to strike, he does it through razor-sharp bars that leave no doubt who he's aiming at. So when he stepped onto that Tiny Desk stage, surrounded by soft lighting and a live orchestra, and slid in that slick, surgical diss, real fans caught the subliminal instantly. It was subtle, but it hit hard. Low-key, but lethal. Think about it. Dissing JimJones while standing in front of a string section? That's not just shade, that's savage elegance. And once that clip started going viral across timelines and fan pages, JimJones wasted no time clapping back. The Harlem energy kicked in immediately. Jim jumped on Instagram Live, talking spicy like only he can. He called Push out directly, saying,
do you know, can you tell me, can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
His records?
Yeah.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan.
You know, you know.
I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5. No,
all right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You could rap 5 Pusha T records?
Yeah.
No, could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rap though? Like the hook? Or just like
could you sing them?
Verse for verse, they came on like certain joints. Like
No,
sorry,
not
nigga,
sir. No,
I'm trying to
no.
come.
I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that,
Pusha
but
top 50.
you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you dig. Like where I'm from, you want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things
Wayne
like that.
wanted to
It's
be like Pusha. He was influenced by Pusha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool.
Now, if you really take a closer look at this beef, it's way deeper than a slick one-liner. This isn't just about a bar tossed into a verse. It's about ego, legacy, street credibility, and two very different definitions of authenticity. It's about two men, both deeply rooted in hip-hop, but standing on opposite ends of the cultural and lyrical spectrum. JimJones is Harlem through and through. Flashy, loud, confident, and unapologetically raw. He built his reputation both in the streets and in the rap game, by being real, by being outside, and by staying true to his style. Surgical with his words, quiet but calculated. He doesn't rely on loud antics. He lets the pen do the damage. His rhymes are sharp, strategic, and delivered with a cold, composed precision that's made him one of the most respected lyricists in the game. So when these two archetypes clash, it's not just a rap battle, it's a full-on personality war. It's the bold, gritty street energy of Harlem colliding with the icy, meticulous craftsmanship of Virginia. Back in 2023, when Jim first fired shots at Pusha T during an appearance on The Breakfast Club, he probably didn't expect the ripple effect that would follow. He was laughing, brushing it all off like it was a joke, mocking Push's place in hip-hop history and dismissing him completely. Pusha T ain't never been in nobody's top 50. He is nice, but he ain't moving no culture. He even took it a step further, throwing regional shade by saying, "Nobody in Harlem plays Pusha T's music." That line cut deep. It wasn't just a personal jab, it was a challenge to Push's entire legacy. To call out his influence, his reach, and the loyalty of his fanbase in one go, that hit on multiple levels. Unsurprisingly, it didn't go unnoticed. A few weeks after that interview, fans started picking apart a new verse from Pusha T on some unreleased clips material. At first listen, it seemed like business as usual. But on closer inspection, certain lines stood out. Subliminals cleverly disguised but unmistakably aimed. There were bars about aging hustlers chasing relevance. About men who talk street but move corporate. Pusha never said Jim's name, but he didn't need to. The tone, the language, the context, it all pointed in one direction. And the internet, they decoded it in minutes. In true Pusha fashion, the message was hidden in plain sight, and it hit just as hard as a direct call-out.
What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow.
All biased aside.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice as he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass off. What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the one and a beat like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
50? You won't put
No, like
Big Sean before I put Big Sean before Pusha T.
easily. But JimJones is on it before Pusha T.
But I'm saying you can put whoever you want ahead of him. You're saying he's not.
Cameron before Pusha T.
Easily.
Bro, you go in these clubs, I don't know no records they play in the club with or Pusha T. They don't play outside. NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
So when Pusha T stepped onto the Tiny Desk stage, fans instantly clocked it as the sequel, the lyrical retaliation everyone had been waiting for. He didn't need to name drop. The tone, the delivery, the energy, it all screamed public clapback. And that single, polished performance? It lit hip-hop Twitter on fire. For days, timelines were filled with debates. Some fans were praising Pusha's precision, tweeting, "This is how real lyricists handle beef. No shouting, no theatrics, just bars that cut deep." Others backed JimJones, firing back with, "Man, Pusha's just salty." Dipset being outside. Jim's out here, Push hiding behind pianos. But here's the genius of it all. What truly elevated the moment was how Pusha weaponized subtlety. He didn't need to drop a full-on diss track. He didn't need flashy visuals or a video filled with threats. He turned a nationally broadcast, stripped-down performance into a lyrical roast session. A soft-spoken symphony with venom in every verse. And that quiet precision? That's what really got under Jim's skin. Jim thrives on open confrontation. He's from an era where rap beefs were loud, explosive, and played out across radio stations, mixtapes, and street corners. The more aggressive, the better. But Pusha, he's built differently. His style is calm, calculated, and devastatingly effective. He lets the bars speak, and when they do, they leave bruises. As the Tiny Desk clip spread across the internet, racking up views and hot takes, JimJones jumped online and let loose. He flooded Instagram Live and stories with heated commentary, throwing verbal punches like, "Man, is he still talking about me? Stick to your soap commercials. I'm outside every day." He's reading scripts off a teleprompter. He even took it further, trying to downplay Pusha's success, saying he is the only famous cause of Drake. He rode Kanye's wave. Without Ye, he'd still be pushing mixtapes in Virginia. Jim was clearly fired up. But the fans weren't giving him a free pass. They pushed back, reminding him loudly that Pusha T's discography, consistency, and cultural weight run deep. From grinding with clips to Daytona, Pusha has always been respected as one of the sharpest pens in the game. And that's what makes this beef different. It's not just personal, it's cultural. It's New York's bold bravado versus Virginia's cold precision. It's the clash of two eras, two attitudes, two approaches to what it means to battle in hip-hop. Loud energy versus lyrical discipline. Street swagger versus silent strikes. In the rap world, it can't get enough.
Pusha T or Malice?
They waiting all night for this. They waiting all night for this. They know where it's going. We got the answer in the game. It's the game.
Let's be real. This back and forth is exactly the kind of lyrical warfare hip-hop heads live for. This isn't about street drama, violence, or real-world danger. It's about bars, legacy, pride, and the art of getting under someone's skin with nothing but a pen and mic. It's competitive poetry, raw, strategic, and rooted in reputation. What makes this feud even more captivating is that JimJones refuses to back down. While most rappers might brush off a well-placed subliminal or even acknowledge a worthy opponent, Jim is doing the opposite. He's doubling down, standing 10 toes deep in his position. He's acting like Pusha's words didn't even make contact, despite the internet saying otherwise. In a recent episode of his podcast, Jim threw another jab that made headlines fast. He said, "Pusha ain't never been a boss. He has been number 2 his whole life, first under his brother, then under Kanye. I'm self-made." That statement was loud. But once again, fans came with receipts. They reminded Jim that while Pusha may have collaborated with high-profile figures like Kanye West, or been part of clips with his brother Malice, his defining moments came from his own lyrical brilliance, not from riding anyone's coattails. From Exodus 23:1 to the story of Adidon to his Grammy-nominated Daytona, Pusha T has carved a reputation as a cold, calculated writer who doesn't need a cosign to shake the culture. Ironically, Jim's attempt to clown Pusha for his affiliations only highlights a bigger truth. Pusha isn't a follower, he's a strategist. He moves in silence, waits for the perfect moment, and lets the music do the talking. And speaking of silence, that's where things get even more interesting. Pusha T hasn't said a single word since the Tiny Desk performance. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no live stream rants, no cryptic captions, nothing. And that silence, it's loud. Because when a lyricist like Pusha T goes radio silent, it usually means one of two things. One, he's cooking up something massive. Maybe a verse, maybe a track, maybe a full project. Or he already knows he landed the blow and doesn't need to say anything else. That kind of calm confidence is powerful. It's psychological warfare. While Jim continues to fire off with public statements, live streams, and podcast clips, Pusha is letting his silence speak volumes, and fans are hanging on every moment. This isn't just a rap feud. It's a masterclass in lyrical mind game.
To keep it a buck, I'm gonna go with Pusha T. So we're not gonna drink to them. But
Okay.
shout out to Pusha T, very dope artist. Everybody know he's a monster when it comes to doing music. I can't take nothing away from him. I know everybody's seen everything that was going on recently inside of the media and the internet. I believe it was cool. One time in my life, I got to engage into some verbal warfare and don't have to go beyond that and shit like that. Who knows what he might come up with? He's very crafty and shit like that. Some people react off top. Some people take years to come back. I seen that beef and wait years to try to kill a nigga. You heard? It's not always successful, but this is what I'm trying to say, how people try to line people up. But for the most part, I think it was dope. It was cute. I don't know if he actually took a shot at me, but it was cute. It was pointing in that direction.
Right.
It made me feel a type of way.
I wanted to say this related, but he could always say, Jim, I wasn't talking about you.
I mean, and I would be hurt. I would be heartbroken.
Meanwhile, the industry is reacting and the waves are getting bigger. Rappers are picking sides, even if subtly. Some New York voices are standing behind Jim, calling his approach real street talk, raw and unfiltered. But on the other side, the lyricists, the ones who study the craft, they're saying Pusha is playing chess, not checkers. He's in it for the long game. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist jumping into the conversation. He posted a laughing emoji with a caption that read, Push don't gotta yell to hurt feelings. And just like that, the fire got hotter. Jim, meanwhile, is turning up the heat. He's not slowing down. He's using this beef as fuel, teasing new music, name-dropping Pusha in interviews, and boldly claiming he's ready to go bar for bar if it comes to that. But here's where it gets tricky. If Pusha decides to respond directly, it won't be loud or sloppy. It'll be precise, surgical. Because Pusha doesn't scream into the mic, he crafts calculated strikes. And that's what makes him dangerous. You can feel the tension building again. Fans are watching closely, waiting to see if Pusha will drop something. Maybe a verse, maybe a subliminal, maybe something buried in a Clips project. And if you know anything about Pusha, you know it's coming. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But when it hits, it's gonna hit hard. Right now, it's no longer about who's right or wrong. It's about who's playing the game smarter. Jim is loud, upfront, and confrontational. Pusha is quiet, calculated, and deadly. And if history has taught us anything, it's usually the quiet ones who win. Zoom out for a second, and you'll see this feud isn't just about two rappers throwing shots. It's about culture. It's about two different eras of hip-hop. Two styles of hustle. JimJones represents Harlem energy, the grind, the flash, the street credibility. He's Dipset loud jewelry, fast cars, and even faster talk. The type to settle beef in public with fireworks and headlines. But Pusha T, he's built from a colder cloth. He's Virginia, understated, deliberate, and razor sharp. He doesn't argue. He analyzes. He doesn't shout. He slices. His rap style is luxury drug talk mixed with surgical detail. And that contrast, that difference in language, in mindset, in style, that's what makes this beef so entertaining. Two different philosophies trying to outplay each other on the same board. And here's the craziest part. While Jim's doing everything he can to stay in the spotlight, many fans believe Pusha already won. Not by outshouting, but by outlasting. Because the more Jim talks, the more Pusha's stock rises. Every time Jim throws a shot, fans go back to that tiny DISS performance, replaying it, quoting it, breaking it down. Remembering how effortlessly Pusha dissed him without even saying his name. This whole thing might just reshape both of their careers in very different ways. For Jim, it's relevant. The beef keeps his name in circulation, keeps eyes on him, gives people something to talk about. For Pusha, it's validation. Proof that he can dominate moments without noise, without gimmicks, just pure skill. And let's not forget, Pusha has done this before. From the Drake feud to this current standoff, he's mastered the art of saying less but meaning more. He's not trying to go viral, he's trying to go timeless. So now the question is, does Pusha respond again? Or does he let Jim keep talking until the noise fades into background static? Either way, this isn't over, not even close. Because one thing about Pusha T, when he gets disrespected, he doesn't forget. He doesn't react, he calculates. And when he finally moves, he doesn't miss. Whether it's a verse, a feature, or another performance wrapped in silk but laced with venom, the next shot could be explosive. Because Pusha doesn't waste words, he turns them into weapons. And right now, Jim might have just talked himself into a lyrical ambush he can't outrun. The beef is back. And the entire rap world, watching in silence. Because when Pusha starts moving quietly, somebody's career gets loud. You're watching Celeb Pulse, the home of real hip-hop breakdowns, rap drama, and culture decoded. If you're feeling the heat of this lyrical war, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Because this story is far from over, and you know we'll be right here bringing you every bar, every diss, and every moment that shakes the culture. Stay locked in. This is Celeb Pulse. We don't miss a beat.